In recent months, one topic has returned to the headlines across the world: deportations. With Donald Trump back in the White House, the global conversation has again focused on immigration in the United States. But while the world watches America's walls and caravans, something bigger and quieter is happening across Europe. Because what few people realize is that some European countries are deporting more people than the United States itself. No press coverage. No cameras. Just silent removals happening every day. Today, I will reveal the top 10 European countries deporting the most immigrants in 2025, and the hidden reasons behind these expulsions. Number 10, Italy. Italy remains one of the main gateways into Europe. In 2024, more than 60,000 migrants crossed the Mediterranean and landed on Italian shores, fleeing war, persecution, or trying to build a new life. But only around 5,400 were deported. Not because Italy doesn't want to deport, but because deportation itself is complicated. Some migrants arrive without documents. Some home countries refuse to take their citizens back. And long legal battles delay removals for years. Italy's recent plan to send migrants to processing centers in Albania sparked court battles, EU warnings, and a flood of human rights complaints. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni says she won't let Italy become Europe's refugee camp. Her critics say the system is collapsing under confusion and politics. Number 9, Greece. Greece faces one of the toughest border realities in Europe. More than 20,000 people tried to reach Greek territory in 2024, most of them from Turkey. About 4,600 were deported or returned voluntarily. But the real controversy lies in what isn't in the statistics. Human rights groups accuse Greece of conducting pushbacks, sending migrants back to sea before they can apply for asylum. The Greek government denies it, claiming it's simply protecting its borders. With detention centers expanding and asylum rules tightening, Greece is caught in a fierce battle between border security and humanitarian responsibility. Number 8, Netherlands. The Netherlands has quietly become one of Europe's strictest countries on immigration control. Every year, thousands are ordered to leave, especially people whose asylum claims have been rejected. Dutch authorities rely heavily on assisted voluntary return, offering money and a plane ticket for migrants to go home. But when people refuse to leave, forced removals rise. What's fueling this pressure? A housing crisis, social tensions, and a political climate demanding tougher border policies. The Netherlands insists it is simply enforcing the law, but critics argue the system is turning cold and mechanical. Number 7, France. France carries out thousands of deportations every year, especially in major cities like Paris, Lyon, and Marseille. Police routinely raid irregular workplaces, neighborhoods, and temporary settlements. In 2025, France is focusing heavily on people with rejected asylum claims and those accused of public order offenses. The government says this protects national security. Human rights groups say it's a political move, targeting vulnerable communities. Either way, France remains one of Europe's most aggressive deportation forces. Number 6, Germany. Germany receives the largest number of asylum seekers in Europe, but it's also been tightening its expulsion policies. After years of legal delays and public debate, Germany is now speeding up deportations for rejected asylum applicants, people accused of crimes, and those from safe origin countries. Flights chartered by the government have increased, sometimes carrying dozens of migrants at a time. Germany claims this is necessary to maintain control over its asylum system. Advocacy organizations warn that accelerated removals risk overlooking individual cases. Number 5, Belgium. Belgium may be small, but its deportation numbers are surprisingly high. The country has adopted strict measures, including detaining families with children and increasing the use of special return centers. The Belgian government argues that a firm approach is needed to maintain social order. But the United Nations has criticized Belgium for conditions inside its detention facilities, especially for minors. Number 4, Sweden. Once known for generous asylum policies, Sweden has changed dramatically. After a rise in gang violence and political pressure, the Swedish government now pushes for fast-track deportations, even for people who have lived in the country for years. Thousands are on removal lists, and Sweden is expanding agreements with countries in Africa and the Middle East to speed up returns. Number 3, Austria. Austria has one of Europe's toughest immigration frameworks. In 2025, it continues to deport large numbers of migrants, especially those who entered through the Balkan route. Interior ministers have repeatedly insisted that deportation is essential to protect Austrian identity. Critics say the policy is fueled by nationalist rhetoric rather than facts. Number 2, Spain. Spain may seem more welcoming, but its return numbers are huge, especially from the Canary Islands, where thousands arrive every year by boat. Many are quickly placed into fast return procedures with little time to appeal. Spain works closely with Morocco, Mauritania, and Senegal in aggressive return agreements that human rights groups say violate due process rights. Number 1, United Kingdom. Brexit changed everything. The UK now has full control over its immigration rules, and deportation numbers have surged. Refusal of entry cases at airports, forced removals, and voluntary returns are all rising. The UK has also attempted controversial schemes, such as outsourcing asylum processing to Rwanda. While courts continue to block and question these programs, the political message remains clear. The UK is determined to reduce immigration by any means possible. Across Europe, deportation has become routine, shaped by politics, economics, and deep fear of instability. Yet behind every statistic is a human being, a story, a life caught between borders. As debates grow louder, one thing becomes clear. This is not just a European issue. It's a global turning point, and the world is watching.